I want POIs verbally, and my speech will start now. If career achievements were truly intrinsically valuable, they would hold the same significance for everyone and everywhere. But they don't, because many cultures actually prioritize contributions and fulfillment and especially personal growth over just simply career status. And we believe that this debate is about which side can benefit the working people the most. By benefiting here, we mean that make them feel like their work is good enough and this should not be their number one priority. So, a couple of clarification I want to make. First of all, opposition's main goal basically surrounds the fact that, okay, they say that people will work harder, people will be more successful, and people will suddenly become rich all under this narrative. Note that people do not need this narrative in the first place to work harder. And I'll explain why, how on our side, we're still better. So there are a couple of clashes that we would like to address in this debate. The first one is on societal expectation, societal value. The second is on which side has more impact on people. And the third one is on motivation and their productivity. So let's tackle each of them. First is on societal value, how people on their side are under pressure because of what society thinks. Opposition misunderstand the motion by saying things such as how career achievements lead to financial stability and more productivity. Of course, in this debate, we're not debating whether career achievement and success is really important. Of course, they are important, but whether putting this strong narrative and emphasize that this is the most important thing and people should view this as more important as other things, we believe that this is extremely harmful. So what do they say? They say that they're prioritizing hard work, and if they value success, it means they're valuing hard work. We believe that here hard work doesn't always result in success, and that's why this narrative is so bad. The only reason why people have to work so hard is because they feel pressure under this narrative, not because they actually feel happy when working. And notice on their side, the only motivation for people to work hard is because of this narrative. They work hard because they want to be recognized and because they want to be viewed as someone who has money and who is hardworking. On our side, we changed that narrative into why should you work hard and why should you be successful? Because we want to feel proud about ourselves, and even if we fail, we won't feel as sad. As on their side, if people fail, even if they try so hard and still fail, their mindset will be, oh, if I don't try hard and get a promotion, everyone will think I'm not good enough. People on their side will only care about what society wants, not what they themselves want. Because take an example of a student getting a bad grade, even if they try hard. The first thing that comes into their mind, their head is, what will my parent and teachers think of me? Will I disappoint them? Not what I should do to improve. This is because academic achievement is considered as the most important thing in a student's life, not their skills and abilities in other field. And the same goes to work achievement and success, where it is viewed as intrinsically valuable and viewed as something really important, especially for the working people. And we'll go on further to explain what is so bad for them moving forward. But opposition also say things such as, they also mention how people have different views of success. Sure, they say that this, but at the end of the day, all the example they have given us, how like a farmer can be viewed as successful if they grow more crops, or a taxi driver can be viewed as successful if they have more customers. Remember that though success still lies on whether they make more money, produce more crops, etc. This isn't about whether a person is able to succeed or not, but more on how a person views their success will determine whether they're recognized in society or not. So at the end of the day, all their success still lies on one factor, whether we make more money, whether we are able to do more things than in the past. And this is all the same in every single situation. And the second clash is on which side has more impact on people. How this impacts different groups of people. Because on their side, they say that this is not important for the rich, because if the rich fail, like they say that this applied more to the working people, to like the middle class, etc. Because we want to say that no, that everyone can fail, including the rich, because one can have $1 million today and lose everything the next day due to bankruptcy or to everything related to their investment. So what they're saying is not true in this skew of the debate. But what we're saying here is that this can impact different groups of people. This narrative targets the working people. For example, people who are obsessed with working under this narrative, we say them workaholic. And we believe that we have made this super clear in the setup in first speech before. Because for workaholic, they think that their work is the entire world, even worse under this narrative, because since they believe in order to be viewed as a good person, they must be successful and achieve a lot of things in their job. Why is this harmful to them? This leads to overwork burnout, since they are constantly evolve around a cycle where they have to actively work to gain recognition. Because this narrative ingrained a message in people's mind that if you want to be successful, you must view work as something naturally important than anything else and work hard to either get a promotion or other achievements. And we also think that people, even if they have a fair enough salary, but do not achieve anything at work, like maybe they have enough salary to maybe probably support their family, but they have never gotten a promotion and never in their life achieved anything that special. They will feel like what they're doing is not enough because what society in general thinks and of societal expectation. In this point, we have never seen opposition engage in this point before. And why is this harmful to them? Because they have a mindset that whatever they do is not good compared to the rest of the working people in what side opposition thinks. And finally, to address their point of rich people, we believe that rich people here are also affected. So this narrative basically affects all people who are working, like people who already receive work successes, because they will continue working hard to continue getting recognition. This is harmful since this basically results in a cycle of continuous work without knowing where to stop and where to begin in the first place. Now, opposition sees a lot of things on how people will be financially stable, they will spend more time with their family, and this will lead to more productivity. But we believe that this is not always the case, since it doesn't mean that if you suddenly work hard and if you suddenly put value into something, it will actually eventually result in success, because the work that you're putting out is not what you actually want. But because of this narrative in the first place, people say that you should work hard if you want to be viewed as successful in the status quo. So lastly, on motivation, right? Because notice that this debate specifically says how achievement and success in the workplace should be a person's priority. So why is this bad when they do this? Why do people work? Simple question. People work to earn money, support their family. Probably it's their passion because they feel proud when doing something they love, even if they don't have that much achievement or succeed in it. So people are pressured to define their worth only through a career rather than just like a well-rounded life with their family as a whole. And other meaningful aspects like family relationships are often forgotten, which our first speakers mentioned really clearly on how success can be in other fields like relationship or your mental well-being. So over time, what this results into is that the impact on the other side basically is that work on their side just becomes exhausting rather than actually fulfilling. Because when you're actively working just to fulfill a burden that society holds on you, people feel like it's a burden they have to carry. This is the reason why so many people out there have this belief that if I don't have a promotion by the age of 25, if I'm not good enough, or if I can't find a job at the age of 21, I'm useless. So overall, we're very proud to propose. Thank you.